Welcome, everyone, to the C-Suite Sales and Marketing Perspectives podcast. I'm Steve McDonald, your host. And today we have a super interesting guest and conversation. We have on Laura Proctor. And Laura, you're the CMO at Summize. And we're going to be talking about a subject that we really haven't talked a lot about before throughout the industry in the C-Suite. And that's why CMOs actually need to be more like chief competitive officers, right? And how with the way that we establish differentiation and create a competitive advantage for us has actually changed quite dramatically. We're going to do a lot to talk about this today. But what I'd love to say first, though, is thank you for coming on. And that I know that you're a very data-driven, you're a very content-driven CMO, and that's going to play directly into what we're talking about today. But before we start, I'd love to have you just maybe expand a little bit on your background before we dig in.
Thanks, Steve, and thanks for having me. So I am the CMO for Summize, as Steve mentioned. I have worked in B2B marketing for a long time now, almost 20 years actually, which makes me feel very old. And I've been with Summize for coming on for 3 years now. It's actually my first C-level position. And I've cut my cloth really in content roles. So my passion is still around content marketing, but I've kind of expanded the roles out from there, and I think really layered on like a data and analytical piece. And I like to describe myself as kind of cut 50-50 between creative and analytical. And I think that is a unique kind of perspective sometimes to have, and certainly to have around the table. I think I've worked really hard to position myself as a data-driven marketeer and make it clear that marketing is a revenue-generating department.
Well, I love the idea of marketing as a revenue-generating department because we are being held more and more accountable for ownership in the pipeline and what's happening there. So we need to be, we want to be. And that leads, I think, a nice segue into what we're going to talk about here today. And a little bit of context here is that there was a big McKinsey study that came out last year, and what it talked about is what's the key to differentiating our companies and establishing long-term sustainable growth. And typically over time, we've relied on our products, right? We sell products, we sell services that differentiate us. And what they're saying is that in today's rapid innovation and technological innovation and ChatGPT writing code, and that we're not going to have long-term sustainable competitive advantage with our products, right? And nobody's going to come into, an RFP, or no salesperson's going to say, hey, the 6 things you need our product to do, we do 4 of them really well, but 2 we don't. Everybody's going to say, we do it all, right? And so it's very confusing for the buyers. When from a product perspective, there's a lot of sameness, right? And that we also, with a large amount of competitors today, and we don't want to be the low-cost leader, product and price is not the way that we differentiate ourselves. And so what McKinsey is saying is that long-term competitive advantage through CX, through customer experience, is the way you're going to differentiate yourself and create long-term value for your company. And so I just want to start out, and I want to ask you, that premise that CX, customer experience, as the number one differentiator for businesses today, especially B2B businesses, what's your opinion on that?
Well, firstly, I completely agree with the statement, but I think before we dive into that, my perspective is that we have to challenge ourselves and almost redefine what we mean by customer experience, right? Because I think the traditional definition of customer experience is we're talking about the touch points once somebody becomes a customer, so their experience as a customer. I think my view is actually that experience starts way sooner. And I believe as marketeers, like our job and our challenge is to stretch the customer experience right to the beginning, to be way before they engage with us as a vendor, and right the way through and connect the dots all the way through to the point that they become a customer and hopefully into renewal. So yeah, I think experience is key. And I think it's taking that prospect experience and then bringing it into a consistent customer experience that's even more critical for me.
So that very first time that they interact with us starts that experience, whether it's reading a
Yeah.
blog post, a video, attending a webinar, an outreach from an SDR, any of that is starting this customer experience in this differentiation that we need to establish. You had some interesting stats because there's definitely a trend that we all know about of this, self-service buyer's journey where they're doing more and more on their own before they ever even want to talk to us. If you wouldn't mind sharing some of those stats with us as well.
Sure, yeah. So there's a report that came out last week, I think, which is it's published by Sixth Sense, and it's the 2024 buyer experience report. And to me, some of the findings, like the headline was, radical revelation, in B2B marketing. And actually, for me, like it's the same thing we've been saying for a long time, but it's just validation that that's still absolutely the case today, which is that one of the stats was that 81% of buyers pick a winner before they engage with a sales rep. And there was another stat around almost 70% of the buyer journey, so the purchasing process, happens before the B2B buyer engages with you as a vendor. So it just kind of backs up that argument. Actually, this customer experience that we're talking about, it starts way before we even know about them. And that's where kind of we come back again to this principle that content is king, and having a differentiated message up front and your value proposition being clearly differentiated up front is so important. Because if you get that right, you get to know about them in the first place. And then your job is to make sure that every interaction with you after that remains, we talk about at Summize, we talk about being bold and disruptive. So what I'm looking for is to have those bold and disruptive moments in the customer journey and make it memorable. I think that's the key thing for me, is make their experience with you memorable, because there are so many other vendors in the market. Summize is a contract lifecycle management solution. It's legal tech for the management of contracts within a business. And there's a lot of, on paper, similar tools. And so I think our job is to very clearly and very quickly outline why we're different, how we're different, and then make sure that those moments that matter are replicated in the customer journey.
So, I'm just going to go back to one of those stats that 81% of B2B buyers pick a winner before they even want to talk to us. So what that tells me is that marketing is becoming a much, much more significant part of the sales process. The sales process is so they pick us as a winner. And if they're doing that without talking to us, then they're doing that with the content, the experiences that we're creating, right? That they can interact with us without talking to a salesperson. So what that means to me, though, is how do we get conversations started earlier in the buyer's journey by creating an experience, content that they're consuming, right? So that they do want to talk to us. We give them a reason why they want to talk to us. And typically that reason is not our product, right? Getting into conversations earlier. I think Forbes put it brilliantly. They said content marketing solves problems. Thought leadership sparks conversations. Right. So to address this big trend, we want to spark conversations earlier in the buyer's journey, right? So I'd love to know just your thought, because you said you're very focused on content, which we all have to be. Forrester calls it the foundation for ABM marketing, right? So your thoughts on the need for thought leadership in sparking those conversations earlier. I'd love to hear what you have to think about that.
Sure, yeah. So I think if we take it back to the principle of, everybody talks about the dark funnel. The dark funnel is all the things that go on that we don't know about, we don't see before somebody raises their hand. And if you think about the fact that, I think the latest stats are that people are in market, 1 to 5% of the people you're trying to sell to are actually ready to buy. So actually our job, really, the bigger job, is to educate the 95% of the people that we're trying to sell to that are not ready to buy, so that the point that they tip into the people that are ready to buy, that they know us already. They've seen us, they remember us, and something has prompted them to visit our website or engage with us through one of our channels. So I think thought leadership, yes, and I think there's a lot of talk about thought leadership, and there's a, brand powers demand, and create more content. But I think it's just when you don't have the biggest budgets, and you don't have the biggest team or the most amount of resources, I think you have to just be really focused on what is the content that's actually going to add value and help somebody in that journey of education. So, for example, instead of just creating a white paper, we've done things where we've created a buyer's guide, and then at the end, we've actually had like a practical checklist that you can just download as an extra, which makes that content practical.
Yes.
So I think, you're setting the scene, you're helping educate the buyer, you're talking to them about the potential solutions and their pain points, of course. But at the end, you're saying, so if now you want to take this a step further, like, here's something that is going to help you. Here's that kind of value back to you. So I think it's that, that adage again of repurposing for sure. But making sure that all the content you do produce has a consistent message. And I say to my team all the time, we might think we're saying the same thing over and over again, but you have to assume that the people that we're sharing this content with haven't seen it at all. So it's just that like drumbeat, that consistency of the message, so that when subconsciously, when they do get to the point where they're ready to engage, they already kind of understand the why and why potentially we're different.
And as we put your answer into the context of how are we creating, we need to be known. We're not going to be picked as number one if we're not known. So to
Yeah.
that 95% to your point, we have to be known, and we can't be known by talking about us. We're known by being a solution in the industry and solving their challenges and understanding their problems that they have. So that experience that we're creating to that 95% that establishes, now put it through the lens of what we're talking about here, that establishes our competitive advantage, right? If we were seen as an organization, not as sellers of tech or product services, but as peers, as colleagues that were in and involved in supporting and understanding of their industry. We like to talk about this. This is what we do, right? The people that you sell to at Summize, right? This is a very important solution to them. This is their greater challenges, right? So
Yep.
I think we have to recognize that we are a part of what they need to do and think about to create success in their businesses. And that's what they want. That's the trusted advisor role, not the trusted seller role, not just representing what we're talking about. So this idea of competitive advantage created through customer experience that starts well before they become a customer. How do we create that competitive advantage? Through the content, because that's primarily what we're doing, through the content that we're creating.
Yeah. I think it comes back down for me to having a strong point of view. So I think, to your point earlier, we could spend a lot of time talking about features and why we're better from a feature perspective, or why we're different from a feature perspective. But I think it's about taking a step back, and why are we different from an emotive perspective? This is still a fairly emotional purchase, like, people have to go and build a business case. They have to convince stakeholders in their business that this is a great idea and that it's going to work and that it's going to revolutionize the way that they operate. And so I think it's taking a step back and saying, why are we different? Taking all the features aside, and that's maybe talking about the approach that we take. It's talking about the background and why and how the company was established, our values. So I think there's a lot of things that you can talk about and lean into. Actually, our value proposition, our top level messaging is contract lifecycle management with a difference. Like, we've lent straight into it. And that actually gets people's attention, because they see it and they go, okay, well, why are you different then? And straight away we're in there then, and we're like, well, let me tell you. And actually we do have a compelling story around why we're different, and it's the approach we've taken rather than the features.
So the idea of a unique point of view, I want to dig deeper on that, because we can have that point of view is not, again, about us. It's a point of view about how we help them, right? So it's never about us. And how we convey that point of view, right, is by showing how we understand first what they're going through. So therefore it's in context of their challenges, these bigger challenges. And here's the background on this. I did a lot of fractional B2B CMO work. And what I found was that a lot of B2B companies, we can talk to the cows come home about us, or our tech, our babies, right? What we don't have the ability to talk about enough is our customers and their challenge and their industry. And from a thought leadership perspective, because we spend all of our time, and we do a lot of work just getting our product, our services together and implemented in a way that it really helps our clients. That's what we do full time. So we don't really have a mechanism to understand this, which is the context that our point of view has to fit into. Right? So when you talk about like our point of view, how does it, how is it articulated in a way that has the context of their bigger, broader challenges in their industry? How do we do that?
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I mean, the dream state is that you have customers and advocates that tell that story for you, right? Like, that's the most powerful example of where you can get somebody who's been through this journey. They're using your product, they've kind of seen some of the benefits, and they can talk about why that's actually come to fruition for them. And so that's the dream state, but that's easier said than done. That takes time, and
Yes.
we work in legal, so sometimes there's some hesitancy from a legal perspective to talk about some of this stuff. And I've worked in cybersecurity as well, where the last thing that the customers want to do is talk about which security products they're using, because it opens the door to, potential hackers and things like that. So that's not always easy. So I think either way, whether you have a customer or not, I think it is that storytelling piece. I think it's, going back to the basics and making sure that we do understand our ICP and their buyer, I guess, behavior. Why do they need this? What is it going to do for them? And how do we then link the why with what they're trying to achieve? So, yeah, I think this is all, like, I would say, the foundational stuff that I feel like a lot of times marketeers have kind of moved away from a little bit. Like, there's a lot of distraction in the conversation. There's a lot of AI tools now, and it's all about generative content. And actually, I think we cannot forget the foundations. We have to have a strong value proposition. We have to know our data, and we have to have mapped the customer journey and understand the true touch points all the way through. Like, to me, those are the three fundamentals. And everything you can do on top of that, like, there's a load of efficiency gains that you can make. There's new creative ideas you can try. But I think the mapping of the customer journey is the bit that I'm hearing that a lot of marketers are just totally overlooking.
And it's hard. That customer journey is spaghetti these days, right? It's not linear at all. But I want to go back to something you said in there, because I think it was kind of foundational to the foundational things you just said. You mentioned that you have to have a good understanding of your ICP.
Yeah.
In fact, we had a CMO on the podcast that said, when we talked about, CX is the number one competitive advantage for companies today. And he said, well, here's how I think we create that is, if I know my ICP better than my competitors, then I will be able to craft a better experience crafted to them, personalized to them. He said, so to me, it all starts with understanding the ICP.
Yeah.
And so how do you think about that? There's so many ways that we can learn about our ICP, but if you agree that's the underpinning right behind a CX and a competitive advantage, you know, how important is that in your mind, and how do you go about it?
Yeah, I think it's super important. And I think, firstly, again, it's defining what you mean by ICP. So a lot of the time we talk about ICP in terms of the firmographics or the demographics. So, it's this company size, it's these territories, which is really, what you're really defining there is your total addressable market. You're not really defining the characteristics of the potential buyer. So I think for me, it's getting closer to the stories. I think again, it comes back to what are the pain points, and the best way for me that you can find that out is by really aligning with the sales team. Um, I mean, better still, speak to the customers yourself. But I think as marketers, I think we're all guilty of not doing enough of that. I think it should be, much higher on everybody's priority list, my own included. And there is some great technology now to help with that. We can actually now summarize calls, listen to calls, get transcriptions. There is tech now that makes that a lot easier. But I think the first thing is, engaging with the sales team. What are they hearing? Why have we won a deal? Why have we lost the deal? Um, why did somebody reach out to us in the first place? What pain were they experiencing? What barriers were there? I think for me, it's having that really strong relationship with the sales team. So you're almost getting real time feedback. And also it helps that our CEO and founder is an ex-general counsel in my case. So he
Mhm.
brings the kind of subject matter expertise. So it's almost everything that we're doing, we're running it through that lens of, as a general counsel, does this resonate with you? And I think finding those people in your organization where, either they are a similar persona. We've got a CFO, for example. So if we're trying to target a CFO, you can put messaging in front of them. So I think it's just constantly trying to find ways to connect with it's the pain points again. It's the emotional level, isn't it? Rather than just the firmographics of, yes, on paper this person looks like my ICP.
I love that. You mentioned that a customer experience is going to have rational and emotional components to it. And we know how important in the B2B world the emotional component to, making a sale, to being selected as number one. You know, a lot of times that the buyers we're selling to, they're not full-time buyers. That's not their job. This is something
Yeah,
that they're
exactly.
doing on the side, right? But they're making a decision that's going to have a large impact on their organization. And so there's a lot of risk that comes with that.
Mm,
So I'm really
yeah.
glad that you brought that up. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to ask you two particular questions. If you're putting on a hat now, CMO hat and a chief competitive officer, how does that change maybe how you interact internally within the organization, right? As somebody that's taking on that role of orchestrating the competitive advantage that is articulated earlier in the buyer's journey, this experience that we're talking about. How does that change how you think about, interacting with sales and product and customer success as examples?
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I think for me, it's articulating, I guess, to the wider organization that everybody in the business is actually a fundamental part of that customer journey. If we unpick it again and say, well, actually, what we mean by customer experience is every touch point, either before they've engaged with us physically, so that's their experience of the website or our social media or any campaign material that we put out, our content. um but then after that, it's the first engagement they have with an SDR or a sales rep. And I think it's making everybody or bringing everybody on the same sort of thought process, which is, we are all part of the brand and we are all part of creating um, that memorable experience. And I think it's again, mapping the customer journey and understanding at what point, where can marketing insert themselves into that process? So, for example, if a salesperson is presenting a sales deck, um, have they left the prospect with something that's memorable, or is it just a standard slide deck? Like, was the delivery engaging? Were there stories in there? The slides look good? Was it relevant to the person? Right through to the conversations that we're having with customers once they are a customer in customer success. Are we using the same language that the salesperson used?
Yes.
Um, so, so I think it's that having that responsibility of wearing a slightly different hat, which is, are we all articulating clearly our differentiated benefits in the same way? And just making that point that we're all responsible for this is not actually just a marketing job. This is actually, a fundamental part of the business strategy. And that's what I love about marketing. So I do genuinely think it's the one function that spans most of the other departments. You have to have a touch point. You have to have a relationship with every other department to make sure that it is joining the dots. I believe you are the one that can join the dots between those departments and kind of create that more compelling customer experience right the way through.
It almost makes you really want to look at how are we communicating and articulating not just our product and our benefits there, but how we're helping, right? Because over time, that's been one of the top feedback from my clients that come on board is, I was told one thing by sales and I feel like I'm talking to a different company now that I'm a
Yeah.
customer. Oh, right. Like put a stake through our hearts, right? So
Yeah.
the number one thing that our prospects want to know, and if you think about it in terms of the lens of like when you hire somebody, right? And you look at their resume, you look at their background, and you asked them all kinds of questions, you vetted and you made them an offer. But now, what's the experience like once they get inside, right? Are they actually doing what they said they're going to do? Are they making it easier on me? Are they taking things off of my plate, right? I had a conversation with a chief customer officer that had a conversation with his clients, which was a chief security officer at a cybersecurity company, and they just added a critical component to their tech stack. And they interviewed 14 different companies, and they made a decision. And this chief security officer, he said, "All I want to know is what's it like going to be like working with you after I hire you."
Yeah.
We don't probably, as the chief, competitive officer hat on, do enough to bring to life what is it like to work with us. Our clients
Mm,
can tell that story. You say that can be very difficult to get,
yeah.
but if we don't have it as a point to make sure that we get that, and case studies tend to try to be like, we move the needle from here to here, right? And
Yeah.
they don't have to be, right? They can be about what's the working relationship like? What's the experience like? How did we build trust with you, right? So I love what you're saying about focusing internally because all of that is about the people in the end.
Yeah. Exactly. And actually, you make a really good point there, which is, um, let's even think about our internal onboarding. So let's say we hire a new person, we hire a new SDR, or we hire a new customer success manager. Actually, like the way that they speak and articulate our story really starts with what experience did they get? What's their journey? Like, what experience did they get through onboarding? What materials do we give them? Because so often, the impression that they get and their understanding of the story, like that's the start of the journey from a personal point of view,
Yes.
in the customer journey. I always say that Summize marketing owns the relationship with um the customer from a brand perspective, right? But the individuals own the relationship with the customer from a human to human perspective. So it's just as important. So it's even going back again to basics, and I think we can all do this better. But when you get a new starter in the business, what toolkit do you give them? do you give them a, do you give them a LinkedIn banner? If you go back to marketing fundamentals, do you give them a marketing toolkit where they have a standard way of talking about the company that's professional and on message?
Right.
And then do they have access to call scripts and materials that, again, like, get them going from day one talking in the same language? I think, like, tightening all of these things up, looking at all the different levers of all the touch points from a customer experience perspective, like, those are your differentiators. Those are what we call, like, the memorable moments, moments that matter, moments of truth. It's really like going back, and you could unpack this for weeks and months, and I don't think the job's ever finished. I think by the time you've mapped it, you probably need to remap it again because something's changed. The world has moved on again. But yeah, I think that's my probably biggest piece of advice. Is like, get close at a really granular level to the interaction that anybody in the business is going to have with a customer.
You just stole my last question, which was what's the most important takeaway that we're going to have here? But to accentuate what you're saying, it's almost like if you asked employees, as a company, what are we most proud of that we do for our clients, right? We should probably be able to know how to answer that consistently, because it's going to go transcend product. It's going to get into experience. It's almost like a different way of saying, what's the experience that we create for our clients? And if we can articulate that consistently at all levels, then we're going to be able to create that experience. And it will be that number one competitive advantage for us. But if we don't know how to articulate what that experience is and why we're so proud that we can do that for our clients, then how do we expect that to carry over into a sales conversation, into a blog post, into a webinar, into a customer success conversation, right? Into the product. So that's what I've taken away from our conversation here today. Thank you, Laura, for coming on and wearing that customer competitive advantage hat, the chief competitive advantage officer hat for.
Yeah, now a new job title.
Yes. Hopefully you get a bump salary as well. That would be great. If there were questions that others had for you, would it be appropriate that we gave out a link to your profile on LinkedIn?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that'd be great. I'd love to hear from people.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for helping us think differently about what we need to do in order to create success. And just appreciate you coming onto the podcast.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me, Steve.